Test two, test three, good. Through a lot of work to get it right. But no, go ahead and email me. That's absolutely fantastic. Not pointless at all. So it is a Thursday night. I am a screaming wyvern. I call myself wyvern because, like a dragon, I hoard stuff, role playing games, and like wyvern, I'm a little bit unbalanced and slightly toxic. And I am not in the best of shape today because I went to get my fillings refilled or something, and I have a headache, which brought me to the decision that I'm going to go ahead and use the fact that I'm currently recording and thinking and being on camera anyway to discuss something I've wanted to make a video for YouTube, and so I'll just go ahead and edit this so it can go there. But I figure the opening point is that if you go ahead and you give up on things, you tend to make bad decisions, and things that you want to do don't get done. So this came from actually a Reddit post I replied to a while on Fantasy Ground, and I swear this didn't get anywhere near the amount of attention that this person deserved. Um, so reading here, they've been on Fantasy Ground since 2014. They are ex-military with PTSD, social mistrust, and social anxiety. Played RPGs since 1985. Forever GM since 1987. This is sounding extremely familiar. Um, Lately, I've been setting up to run games and then back out for reasons of bad self-esteem and social mistrust. I've been told by many I am a very good GM, but I think they are just being nice. No, I have absolutely no idea why this is bringing up thought. There's an overwhelming feeling of, are they not going to like it? What if I mess up bad? What if they don't show? I'm wondering if anyone has ideas on defeating this mindset. Uh, so I'm still using the Kobold name on Reddit. But I really feel um like this needs to be discussed more. I can't say that I've seen enough vlogs about how hard it is to get that first push. There's several role playing game experts, fantastic people doing their best to make you the absolute best game master you can possibly be, but sometimes I feel like I need to go ahead and make more videos about how to be a mediocre game master. Just because that's what it takes to start things out. So I have this time frame. 1985. That would be about the time that I first got together with some of my brother's friends and played my first Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. Um, I rolled a paladin. Uh, I named him Atreyu. Very, very much the typical first game choices, I'm sure. And that absolutely has stuck with me. It started off a love affair for all these things. The game I'm playing tonight, Curse of the Azure Bonds, was the first role playing game that I got on the computer, and that was 1989 when that came out on my Tandy 1000. Uh, Even more memories from that. So maybe there was a little more time frame before I started dungeon mastering, and for the longest time, I just gave up on it after I got out of school, where you're kind of forced into these positions. It's like, oh, now I have to actually find people. Well, that sounds like social interaction. So let's let's not do that. Let's play nothing. Um, which is hilarious because of how much money I would spend on role playing games. I joke that I hoard role playing games. Oh my god, is that ever actually factual truth? I had Shadowrun, Paranoia, Torg, of course, Dungeons and Dragons, both first and second edition. And I was doing absolutely nothing with any of these books that I had. Oh, and there were Everywhere. That was an interesting one. Pendragon, Mech Warrior, of course. I somehow managed to avoid having a a copy of Warhammer. That's strangely enough the one thing that I can't say I had. So I suppose that's one exception. So what finally happened is just before the pandemic, a little game called came out called Pugmire. Definitely based on D&D 5th edition, some simplifications and some uh, you know, ease of use. But really, ultimately, the important thing was that Pugmire was role playing in a kingdom of dogs, hence the pug part, which proved to be absolutely perfect for my wife and my best friend, who, of course, immediately jumped into the roles of, in my wife's case, our Pomeranian Chester, and in my friend's case, his corgi Crypto. Um, Fortunately for my cranky daughter, they also had a side book, The Monarchies of Mao, so that you could also have cats, and she actually decided not to base her character on our actual cat, but came up with a whole new one. Weird. And we got to play for like 6 months. We'd get together on Fridays, and it was going absolutely fantastic. And then the phrase that you always end up saying in these kind of sentences, and then we reached 2019, and all of a sudden, it wasn't an option. So that collapsed, and I realized just how important it was for me to get onto this wagon again. Um, I ended up making a choice that was not right for me. I won't dwell on it any further than that. Um, and I got a lot of experience, but it wasn't necessarily an awakening so much as an opportunity. It was more getting to practice my skills than teaching myself how to get over my social awkwardness. So a year and a half ago, um, after that experience, I decided that I was going to go ahead and seriously get back into it. I did all the things you do. I went on forums. I took a look at everything that um, everything that other people used to make their advertisements, and if I can humble brag a moment, I did it absolutely flawlessly. I mean, I can absolutely say that now based on the people that I have as my party, because I love them all. They're great people, and they're a lot of fun. Um, but it always surprises me that every single Sunday, 3 out of 4 Sundays, 1 o'clock, pretty much like clockwork, I log into Discord, I get started, and for the 10 to 15 minutes before that, I feel sick to my stomach. I have no idea what I'm doing, why I'm doing this, and God forbid, why anyone is willing to do it with me. It's been a year. You would think that after a year, you would have some idea, you know, how to get over that that sense of anxiety, but it just doesn't go away. So what I ended up telling this person on Reddit, um, number one, and this was probably why I'm so pleased with how I got everything started. Make sure that you have total control over all the players. That sounds like a really weird way of phrasing it. But one of the things that you hear sometimes when you're talking when you're watching vlogs and stuff about finding a D&D group is that your friends may not be your D&D friends. And honestly, um there's a lot of anxiety that goes around that. You would think that wouldn't be the case. You would think that it would be so easy to play with your friends, and they'll be honest with you. They'll tell you what you think. Not necessarily. Um, and then you'll worry yourself to death, and you'll end up with ex friends, and that is a bad thing, especially if you know social anxiety and anger issues are kind of these little you know best friends that like to kiss all the time. So I always invite my daughter to play because I know how she plays, and because, let's be honest here, she doesn't respect me. Obviously, that's, all parents say that about their kids. No, wait, no parents usually say that about their kids. This is a completely unnatural thing for me to be saying. No, when I say she doesn't respect me, I mean that I absolutely trust that she's going to give me feedback, whether it's something I want to hear or not. And also, I know her style. I know her like. So she absolutely is a D&D friend. First and foremost. One of the problems that you see, though, in the D&D horror stories all the time is, you know, so I'm the dungeon master, and here's the couple, and inevitably you can't break up the couple. If you're going to need to throw one of them off the table, they're both going off the table. So you have to have a head count that makes you happy with that. Um, so yeah, just having that complete control available, or knowing for sure that they are the right people for you either way. Um, so that was absolutely the first thing is just knowing who you're working with, and having, weirdly enough, a taste of anonymity, anonym, not knowing who you're talking to. It does make the opening steps easier. Um, Secondly, uh, part of getting that experience was honestly learning that pre-made modules are your friends. Right now, I've got Kingmaker. Absolutely love my Kingmaker. Um, the map book, completely useless, the map book, because we play online. Um, and I don't know if any of this translates that much to online, but or offline. I feel like at some point I need to go ahead and make the time to find out. But the joy of the pre-made module, number one, is the fact that you cannot screw people over. People can get screwed over. they can end up with bad amounts of treasure. They can end up with, overwhelming fights. But there is a certain amount of limitation to that. And more importantly, it's not your fault when it happens, because this was something that was tested and planned, and by all logic, everyone should be ready for it. Anyone should be able to pick it up and have a good time. So, um, you're never going to play completely according to the book. It's going to start off maybe hewing really close, and eventually it's going to get to the point where either things are going to be underwhelming, or you've started to go ahead and uh, push some pieces around. Or, it's also possible that you'll run an adventure and there will be two trolls and two troll dogs in the entryway of the dungeon that you completely forgot about, despite, you know, rereading the chapter just before the game. Not that I'm speaking from a place of personal experience, but just as importantly is you have bad weeks, and on bad weeks, you cannot find it in yourself to turn off the TV or the computer or whatever. Um, I had things that I wanted to do in prep this week, and I just I've got a vacation coming up at the end of the month, which I should be overjoyed about, but there's some little complications which are making me feel less thrilled than I could be. And it's hard to be creative and clever under those circumstances. And by using a pre-created module, you have the luxury of just being able to go ahead and reread the damn thing as your preparation. You've got the maps and everything, and they've all been made for you, and you just have to remember to give it a good going through really quickly. Even if, again, that doesn't lead you to remembering that there are two more trolls, and that them walking through this room should not have been quite as easy. I'm sorry. I keep sidetracking. Um, but ultimately, the only thing that you can do to deal with, social anxiety and game mastering is schedule. Um, it's the joke. It's always the joke in the Dungeons and Dragons and role playing space that the first casualty of any extended campaign is uh, the ability to get four people together at the same time. Um, and from day one, it was like, okay, so it's going to be Sundays. It's going to be 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Um, and that's when we're going to start playing. And that schedule gives you a lot of, well, it's the other way around. It takes away a lot of excuses. Um, you can have your 10 minutes of feeling sick to the stomach from anxiety, but that doesn't change the fact that at 1 o'clock, you are logging into Discord, you are launching your tabletop, and you are playing. And of course, here it is. It's Thursday. It's old school role playing night, as I've decided to now start calling it. And a lot of the reason why I'm doing this is for that, to give myself more experience with. Okay, here it is. Here's the time. I'm gonna go ahead and push the button. It doesn't care how prepared I am. The button demands to be pushed at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Thursdays. And it doesn't matter if I went to the dentist yesterday. And it doesn't matter if my jaw's hurting. I have a schedule, and if I give up on that schedule, I know that I'll go ahead and let the anxiety win. And I'm not willing to do that. And that is exactly why we are here tonight. And also because games from the 80s are hilarious. So that is my exciting discussion. Obviously, it's something that I've wanted to get out there. And now I have no excuse but to get it all edited up and put out on YouTube. And that means that it's time for me to go ahead and stop blathering in that specific way and start blathering in this specific way. Okay, so last time, I was not in Dagger Falls. Dagger Falls is one of 3 cities. I went from Tilverton, where I got kicked out of the entire kingdom of Cormyr. Actually, if you're going to go ahead and make mistakes, make them big. I always say. I've actually never said that. This is the first time I've said that. So please enjoy this new thing that I've always said. So yeah, because of, unfortunately, me being cursed to have the bonds forcing me to do the bidding of some evil people, in this case the fire daggers, I was kicked out of Tilverton. I went from there to Ashubbinford, north from Ashubbinford to Shadowdale, and now thinking that it sounded like a exciting place where I was going to be running across plenty of black markets and underground seedy taverns and stuff. I went to Dagger Falls, and I have to say I'm not impressed, because Dagger Falls has an inn, it's got a store, and it's got a bar. So let's see what exciting information we can learn from the bar. You are in a small ale shop. Oh, it's not even a bar. It's just a shop that happens to have ale on you know. Let's go ahead and have a drink. We always like to get ourselves a nice glass of milk at these kind of places, but since that's not an option, let's go ahead and go for mead. The patrons become surly. The bartender suggests that you leave. Do you go? Well, everyone is at full hit points. I've got nothing planned for tonight. And I've already been thrown out of one town. So, no. Okay. Question. Why are we outside? I was very specifically told I was in a shop, and now I am standing by a river. This seems inaccurate to me. Let's go ahead and see what we are up against. Aiming. Oh, these are okay. Fighter. Armor class 4, 35 hit points. That's going to make them third, fourth level. This is not going to be an extremely exciting conversation or a battle. I apologize for that in advance. Also, we're still having problems with some encumbrance. Let's see. We'll go ahead and grab from the necklace of missiles. Sons of bitches. Yes, abort the spell. Apparently, we're not going to be doing no fireballs today. You can go ahead and guard. Oh, they've got arrows. Hooray. You have no movement speed. No, I don't mean to attack the ally. Just get next to him. Be his friend. Okay, one of the things I absolutely don't understand in this game is why, when I've been shot by an arrow from someone to my left, my people face away from it. It doesn't feel that useful. And it's time to actually reach some people. Let's get you out in. Oh, that's right. You can't. Do I remember what the range of hold person is? Well, no, but well, it ain't that far. Abort spell, yes. Woohoo! 2, 3, and you're done moving. You have a movement speed of 6. Can you fireball for me now? And yes, I understand technically they were able to fireball before. They just wouldn't hit anybody. Okay, fireball. Hitting 3 of them. That was terrible. I am displeased. The dog is displeased. Okay. Okay. We finally are in a position where no one is going to be throwing rocks at my mages who don't actually want to do anything right now. Well, there's our first battle of the night. Let's go ahead and give myself a little applause for how well we handled that. Ooh, 435 whole experience points. Let's. I mean, you couldn't have a couple of copper, something other than this usual. Nope. Just no. Okay. You are in a small ale shop. What will you do? Well, let's go ahead and relax. Okay, I am not going to have that same exciting fight. Ooh. I've ended up in map ID error. Okay, is back. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and go back to the it. Don't think much of Zental Keepers. The barn is the best you'll get. Oh, is that the problem? Something's tying us to Zental Keep, huh? Well, then. Okay, let's go ahead and fix everyone up. Do you need to? No, you didn't do it. Corwin. Corwin is the one who got us a fireball. Actually cast. Griffin had a hold person unsuccessfully cast. And go ahead and take the nap. And whoops. Exit. Save. Hey. Go. Okay, well, if they don't like people from Zental Keep, then let's go ahead and see what we can do about making them like us. Let's go ahead and journey on. So we can either go to Shadowdale to the south or Teshwave to the east. That sounds like a music type, probably electronica. How will you get there? Do we want to get there by boat or by wilderness? We'll go by wilderness. Traveling through the wilds, you come across a heavily used path to the north. Do you investigate it? Yes. The trail leads up into a craggy wilderness, finally ending below a gigantic peak. A squad of Zental troopers comes out to meet you. Are they going to be our friends? We have their sigil. Okay, we are going to be friends. Apparently, we are. Very trustworthy seeming journal entry 36 reads as follows. We've been here for almost a month, whipping these bugbears and wargs into shape. Now you've got the easy part. We can't leave these monsters against Dagger Falls, otherwise they would realize that the Zentrim were behind this. So you take the beasties to Dagger Falls and attack the cities. We'll have a rescue force of Zental Keep troops arrive soon after and repulse your attack. Then we'll occupy the city as heroes and you'll be paid most handsomely. Well, we're off the Teshwave. Good luck. Let's talk about alignment. I'm pretty sure all my characters are supposed to be some level of good. I'm going to open up the editor and take a look. Okay. Wyvern is lawful neutral. Scar is lawful neutral. Griffin is lawful good. Corwin is lawful neutral. Tana is lawful neutral. Valnir is lawful neutral. So, with one dissenter, we're kind of on this thing where morality is more of a nuanced thing. But on the one hand, we have the fact that we believe in the rule of law. So, who here is more lawful in their inclinations? The village of Dagger Falls, who started attacking us because we've got some tattoos, or the Zentarum? It's the Zentarum. I'm going to go ahead and say that I actually should not be murdering the townsfolk of Dagger Falls just because they very rightfully are afraid of us. I was tempted. I was tempted. I'm not going to deny. That would have been funny. Okay, Gorwin, can you get into the proper fireball range? Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, no, you can't get. Okay, let's. I'm sorry. I need to go ahead and pause the proceedings for a moment so that we can discuss the wolves. I'm sorry, the wargs. So a warg is of course a uh, purely evil, oversized wolf. You know, uh, absolute terror of. They're so cute. They're just so adorable. With doggies. Okay. Back to 1, 2, 3. We didn't start the fire, but I swear I'm trying. It's just there's too much distance. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can see from the information on the little mini map, we're talking about creatures with 44 hit points. These are very scary puppies. No matter how cutesy wootsy ootsy their avatars may appear to be. Damn it. Well, I guess I'll just hide under this tree. I know there are much better things to do with a time machine than go back in time just so that you can make a development company think about the idea of a bank, but that's what I want. It's what I want more than anything in the world. In this game. Um okay. So okay. We're having some problems with some of the lower areas because of trees, but this seems like a fantastic spot. Um, so on the map, that puts us. I don't actually have any way of showing that on the. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. So it's putting us just about here. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I've got targeted. So that should take out a good chunk. And away we go. Lots of saving throws. And there's some failures. We will mock them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can go ahead. No, you have it gone. Oh no! I have wasted the necklace of missiles. I was so happy, and I just wasted it. Okay. Corwin will not be casting his fireball because he will instead be bit by a warg. But you know who can cast a fireball? Why, it's the person who cast the fireball just a moment ago. See if I can get this away from Corwin. So if I aim right there, I've got some good eating on the monsters and possibly a slightly singed scar. But is it wrong for me to give him a scar under the circumstances? Okay, he didn't get singed anyway, so we're all good. No, do not attack him. I hit wrong. And of course, Corwin just got hit, so if there was any chance that he'd get a second chance in. Let me say chance a few more times. Chance, 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 chance. Now it sounds meaningless. But yeah, no fireballs from him. And that has changed. I just remembered, because these are wilderness, the grid size is different. So it's like 10 by 10 instead of 5 by 5. Oh, wow. One of my mages fell over. Who could have seen that coming? Yes, I am aware that she's dying. We will fix that, but we're not going to fix it with people who are currently being gnawed on. Done. Bandage. Okay. Lizards stand together. What do you have left? Magic missile, sleep, stinking cloud. You know, let's try some charm monsters. Okay. So I don't have much range. So I guess we'll just go over Waste of a spell. These things happen. Probably should do something about that spellcaster. Probably should do something about you getting the hell out of Dodge. Okay. So... Can you... No, not... Okay, well, I've already hit the button. I don't even remember memorizing cause serious wounds. Oh, yes. Serious wounds. 6 hit points out of a max of 24. That's not quite what I imagined. Okay, cure serious wounds. On myself. And she is partially healed. 13 hit points is not partially healed, but thank you for playing. Magic Missile will go ahead and target this here fighter. I'm happy with that location. I probably need Griffin to go ahead and Wyvern, not Griffin. Wander over and smack upside the head those two fighters, but currently that's a later issue. Nope, it's become a now issue. The number of people left over around Griffin and Scar have greatly reduced, and we have a fleeing warg and a surrendering. Yeah, not a bad idea. Okay, don't look at your personal map. Now, I have to say, I would expect the Zentarum to be, I mean, maybe it's not, maybe it's a one-time thing, I don't know, obviously, but, seems like a silly idea for them to not force us into joining their little plot. So we have no money, no magic items. What were they planning on doing to hold Dagger Falls? Bereft of effective leadership, the army of monsters melts into the wilds. You are at the edge of Teshwave. Will you enter or continue on your journey? I'm going to camp first thing. Okay. We haven't been bothered, which probably means I can go ahead and replace these spells. Cure. That says cure. We're going to memorize cure twice. Corwin, you threw out a couple of lovely magic missiles, a pointless charm monsters, and some fireballs. And Shana, you fell over way too early in the battle. I'm sure you're extremely disappointed. Memorize these spells, yes! Rest! Rest! And we're done. Okay, save again, pick dust, no, and exit. Okay, you are at, let's go ahead and enter the city. You are in Teshwave. What place will you visit? Another, extremely large place. What do you have in your store? You have the usual main section of the player's handbook. Don't see much I need there. Let's go to the bar. You are in a burnt out hulk of a once fine inn. What will you do? Relax. You overhear Tavern Tale number 19. Let's get that pulled up. Adventure Journal, Tavern Tales. Oh, those are journal entries. Where are the Tavern Tales? Tavern Tale 19. The city was devastated by troops from Zental Keep, and now all the roads are heavily patrolled. Okay. 49. Voonlar's been building up troops again. Glad they have rotten commanders. Voonlar is a town to the south. Let's go ahead and do one more relax. 34. Crazy people with green robes have been wandering the countryside, especially in the south. Okay, well, that might be good to know. I kind of want to check out what's going on in this Voonlar place. Exit. What place will you visit? I think we're good here. We're going to journey on, and we're going to go to Voonlar. How will you get to Voonlar? The trail. You are confronted by a patrol from Zental Keep. Noting the signals on your arms, they let you pass. Let's enter Voonlar. So they at least have a temple and a training hall. Not that that helps me right now, which is a shame. Usual store. I don't want to be ungrateful, but I kind of want to be ungrateful. Okay. What do we have? We have 13 gold. We have god-awful amount of platinum. If they at least had some scrolls, that would be nice. But no! Okay, let's do some... let's visit the inn real quick. Welcome, adventurers, to the Bridal Storm. Noting your signals, he continues. For Zentarum Dentre will prepare our best rooms. Okay. So your movement is 6. Your movement is 3. 6, 3. Sheesh. So 943 platinum. Just doesn't seem like there should be that much additional encumbrance. Although magical banded mail may be lighter, I don't know. Okay. Well, Griffin. Nope. View Griffin. Let's go ahead and trade with Wyvern and give her 500 of your platinum. have the other 442 of your platinum, and your jewelry, and your gems, and your gold. Okay, I may have kept going, and it didn't refresh until I was all done, so let's see how Wyvern is doing. View! Wyvern is absolutely fine. So, yep. Trade with Wyvern select 942. Exit. Okay. Back to the inn. I hit too soon. View, and yeah, your movement is 9. Scar movement is 9. Happy days. Quick to dust? No. Okay. So let's go to the bar. You are in a good quality tavern. Let's relax. You overhear Tavern Tale 27. Moander once crawled to the south of here, made a swath called Moander's Road. Well, that's extremely exciting. And let's go ahead and have some mead, and that gives us 58. Vunlar hopes to build an arena for criminals like Zenthal Keep has. Okay. Well, Vunlar is very disappointing. Let's go ahead and journey on. We'll go over to... Oh, let's go to Ulash next. By the trail. And... Uh-oh! Smoke rises from behind the ruined walls of Ulash. The sound of battle rings out from inside. How do you enter? Well, let's go ahead and ask permission. Just before you enter, a man mounted on a large horse bursts out of Ulash and runs over Wyvern. Wyvern is hit for 1 point of damage. As the horse gallops on, you notice a woman dressed in purple clinging to the large man's back. As they speed away, you hear her call out, "Sorry!" This has happened before. A guard warily comes out of a checkpoint. Other guards gather behind him. What do? We parley. You must come with us to see the commander. What do? We go with them. This is the commander's waiting room. Remain here until you are called. What do? We wait. Hey, no sleeping here. What? Said it's a waiting room. Troops come bursting out of the commander's office. Someone yells, "Stop them! They're spies for Zenthal Keep!" What do? We fight the men. We have no love for Zenthal Keep. Please ignore the tattoos on our arm. Okay. It looks like I have a couple of good options for a Stinking Cloud. My preferred one is right here. Centaur Mage is unaffected. Boo! Okay. We're going to try something really stupid. So far, so good. Oh, okay. That worked out well. I am satisfied with my choice. I'm dissatisfied with your location. I think we'll go ahead and have a nice little prayer session. You have... I think you can reach those two. What? That's not good. That's good. Okay, so... Unfortunately, we've got some fear going on, but... hopefully it's not going to give us too many problems. Well, that one's biffing. Oh, yeah, I need to, done bandage, for God's sake. Okay. So... oh. Let's get you out of the way. Out. We could have a problem here. Yes. We have a problem here. Okay, let's go ahead and throw out fireballs wildly. Not effectively, but still wildly. So that's what might have happened. You have lost the fight. Each character receives 0 experience points. You wake up in a rather dreary room. The rats eye you expectantly. Okay, so for the record, the gold box companion is currently sitting here. The monsters rejoice, for the party has been destroyed. But the game seems to think differently. Okay, are you dead? Dead? You are dead. Dead. That's ungood. But we have a lot of money, so I'm really curious how this will turn out. So let's go ahead and try a fixed session or two. Okay. Magic memorize. So you need to go ahead and get a stinking cloud back and your fireballs. Did Griffin cast anything? Yeah, you tried a. Oh no, you did a prayer. That's right. Memorize these spells? Yes. Okay. So I'm very surprised at our being alive. So let's go ahead and save the game. And see if we can figure out what's going on here. Exit. I mean, I especially appreciate that they haven't stolen a thing from us. You are picked up and marched to see the commander. March, 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 march. This is the commander's waiting room. Remain here until you are called. Yes, because that went so well last time. You've been led in to see the Red Plume Commander. The commander demands to know your business in Ulash. How do you respond? We're going to respond nicely. You have pleased the commander. You record his remarks as journal entry 22. Ow. I don't know why you're crazy enough to want to go down the pit of Moander, but I can give you free passage through the city. I can guarantee the Red Plumes not molest you, but this is still a city under siege and I can't be nursemaiding you around. It has been reported that Zental Keep has sent some terror teams to annoy us. Some shambling mounds have also been spotted somewhere to the east. Here's a map to the pit and the locations of our checkpoints, which is journal entry 52. We'll get that pulled up on my PDF copy of it. You're welcome to rest in the barracks and eat in the troop mess. I've indicated them on the map as well. Oh, and be careful. The walls and pavement in Ulash have endured some great strains recently. I can't vouch for their stability in most areas of the city. So, go ahead and bring this over. We have the Celebrity map here. So here's Commander's office, waiting room, headquarters, mess hall, barracks. Very nice, old stables. And now we have to go back somewhere to find a temple. Yay! The commander shows you this out the side door. Okay. Thank you for your hospitality. We're going to go ahead and it was Funlar that we were just in. And they had a temple. And they can raise the dead for 5,500 gold pieces, which he doesn't have. Okay, so 5-1. Five gold to 1 platinum. So how short are you? Cool. And then you take all the platinum. Yes, of course he's overloaded. So is that... Please stop saying he's overloaded. Oh, this should be fine. Okay, heal. Raise dead will only cost 5,500. Corwin is cured. Yay! Share that, and let's get back to the inn to fix screwing up. He's back. We missed you. Oops. Previous. Let's get those stinking clouds back. And that fireball. Okay. Well, we have certainly found somewhere exciting, so let's go ahead and head back to Teshwave. And, of course, the Zentarum are perfectly happy. Not Teshwave. Yulash. Okay. Smoke rises from behind. We'll ask permission. The guards wave me through. Huzzah. So this is the barracks where I can take a nap. And I am going to do that, if for no other reason than just save the game. This is the Red Guards Mess Hall. It costs 1 platinum piece to remain. Do you pay? Sure. But to consume the local excuse for food and drink, over here, Tavern Tale 43. Some walls and floors are dangerously shaky after Moanders rise from the pit. Okay, that wasn't actually new information, but thank you. Okay. The guards wave you through. So that is theoretically a way out. Move normally. We're friends. Yes, yes, yes. Search mode now. Oh, shambling mounds rise up from the debris around you. What do? You attack. Shambling mounds shouldn't be regenerating. One thing's for sure, though, they will be. I have literally no idea what the answer to that sentence was going to be. Okay, I thought they were going to be have problems with cold, but no. Apparently that is not going to be the case. Well, maybe they will have problems with fire. Okay, that went great. Hit points 2. Do you have one of the potions? No, of course you don't. Oh, they don't do attacks of opportunity. That's kind of cool. Can you please cure? Stinking Cloud. They're not going to be bothered by Stinking Cloud, is what I was going to say before they so rudely Well, he may not be able to do anything, but... Okay, I'm showing him as dead. Shambling Mound engulfs Velnir. Do not like the sound of that. And the Flame Tongue actually seems to be causing me to do a lot less damage. Let's see. What's my journal entry on Shambling Mound say? Umberland Mounds. These huge creatures resemble animated piles of moss and slime. They attack with their club-like arms and can smother opponents in their slime. Their slimy forms are immune to fire and strengthened by lightning bolts. Well, I'm glad I didn't try that, at least. Okay, that first one was just a bad roll. That's good. I mean, we're not seeing hugely improved rolls. And there goes poor Velnir. Of course, 12 points. At 13 hit points, so of course we did 12 points. Um, no magic missiles. Okay. This makes no sense, but yeah, it absolutely was worth trying. Clearly. Why don't you go ahead and play the part of bait? Because if the other one can choke and gag, then maybe this one will do the same. Oh, of course you can't cast the spell right now. You just recently got hit. So yeah, basically what we're working with here is that if Wyvern dies, maybe the shambling mound will have to walk forwards. And maybe if that happens, it'll start choking and gagging. And maybe if that happens, ignoring the fact that it just became a moot point, he got away. Oh no, continue battle? No. Many, many, many experience points. No treasure. Some very skittish clerics of Moender. I use suspiciously. We're gonna flee. We're going to just. Yes, we like the red plumes. Thank you. Okay, so Scar is now dead. Okay, so we need to rest a day. Yay, now we can start fixing people. Okay. So, get your magic missiles relearned. Get your stinking cloud and your ice storms. Do not memorize lightning bolts because that will disappoint you. And you cured serious wounds. Slightly too late. But at least you tried. Okay. We need to get back to Vundar. We will go by the trail. We will see Zentalkir. Temple. Cool. Heal. Cure. Dead. On the plus side, that got us closer to where we wanted to be. Oops. Back to the end. Thus, the pills are wearing off. So I think now that I have lathered my face off, I'm going to just go ahead and try and cut my face off. And then it won't hurt quite as much. So with that, it's been Thursday. And I hope you enjoyed. And we will see you next Thursday.